I'm sorry, I'm about to, my phone's about to fall. May I tell you, Bob Dirkens here? This is the preview of the Georgia Bulldogs at the South Carolina Gamecocks. If you're brand new here, I'm Bobby Dirkens, and guess who I pull for? If you're new here, subscribe button, turn on notifications, blah, 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 blah. You want to support the channel, you can go to the link below, blah, 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 blah. And watch out for this loser going around called Not Bobby Dirkens. Not Bobby Dirkens. How creative. I bet you have about 4 or 5 extra chromosomes dancing around in your body, don't you? That's what I thought. Well, if you know me, you know that I absolutely despise the South Carolina Gamecocks. Some people would be like, what would it take, Bobby, for you to pull for him? It's like asking me going, what would it take for the devil for you to be on his side? Well, if he'd kill himself, that's about how I feel. And then the Georgia Bulldogs, after years and years of elite recruiting, elite confidence in themselves, but absolutely lackluster performance, messed up and won the national championship. Now, I owe this to Bruce. It's about 8 months too late, but Bruce, I am a man of my word. I owe it to you. Here we go. Georgia, Georgie, you didn't wet the bed again. You hit your head and won with that guy. Y'all said y'all'd rather have a wastebasket play quarterback for you than him. It's an old sweet song, I guess. Georgia is winning the national championship is on your mind. It could have been better, I know. But I'm a man of my word, and I did it. South Carolina Gamecocks, though this is a home game, according to a lot of people, only has about a less than 10% chance of winning this ball game. And I think the only reason it's so high is because all their mamas went and threatened to boycott something, because they're about to boycott stuff these days. Georgia Bulldogs come back in with Stetson Bennett. Yes, Stetson Bennett, the very one that I have heard many Georgia Bulldog fans past say they would, quote, rather have a wastebasket be their quarterback than him. That's right, folks. Than him. But he won a national championship, son. He won a national championship. And I'm telling you, with his story, you know ESPN 30 for 30 is coming. You know they're going to Disney on Ice skating special for him. And you remember Tom Rinaldi used to be on ESPN? Remember he did all those, it's supposed to be inspirational, but it was always very depressing. Do you realize the suicide rate jumped by 412% every time he did one of those stupid inspirational things? Because it was so depressing. And it always involved some kid who had some type of weird disease that doctors never seen before. If it's for Stetson Bennett, it'll go something kind of like this. Little Andy Lee out of Mooresville, Georgia, was born with a rare condition that every time her mother flushed the toilet, she could hear a radio station playing in her head. And it's going to go on to about something about when the first time she saw Stetson Bennett play, and the radio station finally changed in her head. He got to meet her. He signed her shirt, signed her extra 4 feet that she has, actual feet, individual. Cost a ton to put shoes on the young. And that's going to make the 30 for 30. They're going to lie and say it was inspiration to Stetson Bennett, when at the end of the day, he was quite freaked out. You know, she started sleeping up under his bed without his permission. You know this is true. Stetson Bennett comes back so far on the season, got on a little under 700 yards passing, a little under it, about 3 touchdowns. Could even be better, but I knew that they didn't want to run the score up on Stanford, Tuskegee, whoever they played last week. Spencer Rattler, he finally, according to him, basically in the past summer, he basically said that he was glad to be part of a football program. There was a lot of excitement. Yeah, I heard that out in Oklahoma they don't have much excitement about their football, but especially Sooners. Son, if you're going to lie, at least pick a good lie. So far, he has been struggling. 603 yards, 3 interceptions in the last ball game. Milton, your top runner for Georgia, guy can just play. Guy is ridiculous. Lloyd playing for South Carolina. He's got talent. McIntosh receiving, top receiver for Georgia, guy can catch. And then you got some guy with more hair than every bald man in the country. That Wells Jr. youngin playing for South Carolina. South Carolina does not look impressive. I know that a few years ago us Clemson fans had a lot of laughs after watching South Carolina go down there and beat Georgia with a third-string quarterback, but that's over and done with. And though I will still snigger at the thought and laugh and chuckle and really laugh about that, that's not going to happen this year, folks. And if it does, Kirby Smart should eat his visor on the sideline. There's no reason for the South Carolina team, and I have a lot of respect for Shane Beamer. As much as it puts a little vomit in the back of my throat and dribbles down my tongue, the guy can coach football. He's just taken over a mess, taken over a school that doesn't have that much history. Okay, it has a history. It's quite terrible history in college football, and he comes from college football royalty. So I imagine some days he probably calls his dad, and he's like, Daddy? And he's like, hey, what you doing? Still coaching those bunch of losers? Yeah, Daddy, I am. How's it going? Well, we're losing. And he goes, son, what do you think was going to happen? It's like going out with a girl who's easy. And you find out she's been cheating on you with everybody. Even your friends. Even your daddy. I can't believe it. He has 15 children by 16 men. Do the math. It doesn't work. But somehow Betty Sue did it. You lose. Georgia, I know South Carolina always gets all fired up for this game and, about wet their britches and stuff. But Georgia, if you don't beat these youngins by at least 21 to 28 points, something is very wrong with it. You either just don't care and you're just kind of on that cruise control. You're like, there's nothing to prove here. No, there's a lot of, South Carolina, Georgia, and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's a bad football team, even though they're in the SEC. Go out there and do what you do. Go out there and blow them out of the water. Most impressive win, I know this will be big game number 3, was Oregon. You beat their brains in because scored 70 on them, and then this past week, just because somebody gave somebody a job many years ago, you only put up 33 points against them. Okay? Great. I understand that. This is a game to lower the boom again. If I were you, I would drop the boom on them. It's just, listen to me, it's just a good game. It's just a good game for you to come out there, get your bearings going, get out with a win, put the game away early, keep people healthy, and then go back to Athens, which ain't too terribly far, a couple hours or so from Columbia, and you'll be fine. That's it. You don't overthink this. They're going to come out there and be, swirling around, any dirty garment they can get hand on. That's the most exciting time in their football game. Because there's nothing else to be excited over that point. If you'll notice, a lot of people leave after sandstorm. I don't know why they call it a sandstorm, because there's no sand involved. A bunch of dirty towels. It should be called Dirty Laundry Hour. Got this at the club last night. Oh, why does it smell bad? So, even though I have no dog in the fight, pun intended, Gamecock fans, this is just for you. Go ahead and pack your dookie chicken, go do what you do best. Go ahead and pack your dookie chickens and your tigers will do the rest, or in this case, the Bulldogs. Georgia, I call you win this ball game somewhere in the realm of 35-10. I would not be shocked if you put it 50, but I'm going to take the lower score for right now. Prove me wrong. It ain't going to hurt my feelings at all because I can't stand the Gamecocks. Brand new here again, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. Actually, check out the link below as well if you want to support the channel. You can also download a song there that I just wrote called Even If I Tried. And it's a shot at the game chickens. Alright, I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up, I'll keep showing out. I'll be again.